Let's solve a numerical on lenses. So we have an object of height 6 centimeters is kept 15 centimeters in front of a concave lens. Its focal length is 30 centimeters. Find image distance, image height, and the nature of the image, meaning whether it's a real image or virtual image. The first step to solving any physics problem is always to think about what is the situation, what's given over here, and then try to gather data from that, and then see how we can use that data to find out what's asked. So what's the situation? So let's read this problem one more time to figure out the situation. We have been given the height of the object. We know the height to be 6 centimeters. It's kept 15 centimeters in front of a concave lens, which means we're dealing with a concave lens and there's an object kept 15 centimeters in front of it. And its focal length is given to us. The lens has a focal length of 30 centimeters. All right, the next thing I would immediately do is draw this, because drawing things will immediately help us understand what's going on. All right, so pause the video and see if you can make a rough sketch of this entire situation. All right, let's see. We have been given a concave lens, so the first thing I draw is a concave lens. Its focal length is 30 centimeters. What that means is the principal focus on either sides is 30 centimeters far away from the lens. So this distance is 30 and this distance is 30 centimeters. Then we have an object of height 6, but it's kept 15 centimeters in front of it. So let's draw an object. Here is our object. It has a height, this height over here, this height is 6 centimeters, and it's kept 15 centimeters in front of it. I know it's inside the principal focus because this is 30 centimeters. Now you don't have to draw it with such precision, but there it is. All right, now the next step is to figure out what we need to calculate. We need to calculate the image distance, image height, and the nature. We need to basically figure out all the properties of the image. So let's now make some space. We don't need to read the question anymore. All the data is there in this diagram. That's why I love to draw diagrams when it comes to lenses. So we need to figure out image distance and image height. Now, when it comes to distances and heights in lenses, there are only two formulae that comes to my head. These are the only two formulae I remember when it comes to lenses. And that is the lens formula and magnification formula. Let's first go ahead and write that down. So lens formula is 1 over f equals 1 over v minus 1 over u. And the magnification formula is m is the height of the image divided by the height of the object equals v over u. V over u. Okay? So in this, image distance is v. That means we need to figure out what v is. Image height is hi. So we need to figure out what hi is. And then somehow we need to figure out the nature of the image, whether it's real or virtual as well. All right, so let's write down the data. Object distance is given to us, that's u. That is 15 centimeters. Focal length is given to us, that's f. That is 30 centimeters. And height of the object is given to us. Height of the object is given to us, that is 6 centimeters. Let's see if we have everything. I have u and f. I can substitute that, I can get v. Once I have v, I can substitute here. I know ho, I can calculate hi. I'm pretty much done. But there's one thing we are forgetting, and that is sign conventions. Remember, when we're substituting the values over here, we have to substitute with signs. And what is a sign convention? Let me quickly tell you. The sign convention we choose is we are always going to first draw an incident ray. I like to draw an incident ray. This is the incident direction. So once you figure out what is the incident direction, the right side, we're going to choose that direction as positive. Our incident direction is to the right, which means we choose right side as positive, which means all the distances to the right side of the lens is positive. All the distances to the left side of the lens is negative. So from that, since our object is on the left side, I should have really put down over here negative 15. So please don't forget to put your signs over here. What about the focal length? This is always tricky for me. Focal length, because there are two principal foci, should I use the positive one or the negative one? In such cases, I always like to draw ray diagram. So I remember that when you have a parallel ray of light, that after hitting the lens, it diverges away, and it diverges in such a way that it appears to come from here. So clearly, it's very clear to me after I draw this that it's this principal focus that we are dealing with. And as a result, the focal length will be calculated in this side, not this side. And therefore, we're going to use the negative focal length. So the focal length is going to be minus 30. And then when it comes to height, also we have sign conventions. We choose the upwards as positive and downwards as negative. Since our object is above the principal axis, it's upwards, it's positive. And by the way, almost all the time you will get object to be positive, because almost all the time you're going to keep object above the principal axis. All right, so now that we have this, we just can go ahead and substitute and plug in. We're pretty much done with all the physics. Now all we have to do is plug in and do the algebra. So great time to pause the video and see if you can do this yourself. All right, let's do it. Again, I now don't need to look at that image anymore because the physics is done. All I have to do now is plug in. So let's go ahead and plug in these values. We get 1 over f, which is minus 30, is 1 over v, which I don't know. And the things which I don't know, I don't even care about their signs. I just keep it as v. Okay, only the values you know, that you have to substitute with signs. So u is minus 15, so minus 15 comes here. You get 1 over minus 30, 1 over v, plus 1 over 15. The negative times cancels and becomes 15. And you know what? I'm going to put this negative sign on the numerator. We can do that, right? And now since I want to isolate 1 over v, I'm going to subtract 1 over 15 on both sides. Let me just write that down. Take the entire equation. This is algebra. This is pretty much algebra. And subtract 1 over 15 on both sides. So what do I end up with? Well, left side I'll end up with a 1 over minus 1 over. So minus 1 over 30. And then this additional minus 1 over 15. Ooh, wrong color. 1 over 15. And that will give me 1 over v. And the 1 over 15 cancels out. Okay. Now we're going to take a common denominator. I'm going to stick to purple now. The common denominator is what? 30 and 15. That's 30. So I get minus 1 here. 15 is 2 times 30. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. So I'll end up with minus 2 over here. So that gives me minus 3 over 30. And 3 goes 10 times. So that gives me minus 1 over 10. And this is not the final answer because this is 1 over v. We want to find out what v is, right? So v is the reciprocal. I have to take reciprocal on both sides. So if I take reciprocal of this, I get minus 10. Don't forget the minus sign. Minus 10. And what's the unit? Well, notice everywhere the units are centimeters. Centimeters. So the units over here is also going to be centimeters. Most of the time I like to actually substitute the units over here, but since I didn't want to crowd it that over there, I didn't want to crowd it over there, I just kept it as it is. So anyways, so this is our image distance. So we found our first thing that we wanted to find. Image distance is done. So next step is to find the image height, and that's over here. So let's do that over here. Image height hi divided by ho is 6. Ho is 6 centimeters. Okay, let me just substitute over here. I should have done that over here as well. But anyway, let's substitute. Is equal to v divided by u. If you substitute with units, we'll have no confusion finally what the units will be. So substituting with units is good. So let's substitute over here. You get minus 10 centimeters. Divided by u. U is minus 15 centimeters. So from this, what did I get? What do I get? So centimeters cancels out. I can multiply the whole equation by 6 centimeters because I want to get rid of 6. And so that will give me 6 centimeters here. So I would get minus 10 times 6 divided by minus 15. And we have a centimeter. Okay. So let's simplify that. Phi goes 2 times, phi goes 3 times, 3 goes 2 times, and we are done. So height of the image is, is there a minus sign? No, minus cancels. 4 centimeters. The negative cancels. Negative cancels. So 4 centimeters, and we are done over here as well. So we got 2 things. We found out the image distance, and we also know the height of the image. So let's go back and let's see what that means. Let's go back over here. We found the image distance to be minus 10 centimeters. What does that mean? Well, so let me just write that over here. Image is minus 10, and we got the image height as plus 4. Minus 10. Minus is on this side. That's telling me that the image is somewhere over here, because this is 15, 10 centimeters from here. So that's going to be somewhere over here. And the image height is 4 centimeters, which means it's smaller. So it would be, I don't know, I'm just guessing. It's going to somewhat like this. I know the whole diagram looks a little bit messy, but that's what it's telling me. And let's see if this makes sense to us, first of all, because we know we can figure this out by drawing ray diagrams. A second ray I would usually draw is the one that goes through the principal focus and the optic center, and the 2 rays of light are appearing to come from here, so it makes sense. We would expect the image to be smaller than the object. That's exactly what we're getting. We also expect the image to be closer to the lens from the ray diagram, and that's also what we're getting over here. So things make sense over here. All right, the last question that was asked is, what is the nature of the image? Now the nature is whether it's a real image or virtual image. And when it comes to this, I like to think of it in different ways. One way is we can just look at this and we can tell it's a virtual image. How do I know that it's a virtual? Well, one reason is because it is erect. All erect images are virtual. Remember that. Another reason is I know that the rays of light are diverging away. And when the rays of light are diverging, then they appear to come from a point, and that point is always a virtual image. So that's another reason this is virtual image. But even without the ray diagrams, we can think about whether it's a real image or virtual image. If we don't look at the diagram, you just look at the height. The height is positive. Positive height means it's above the principal axis. Above the principal axis means erect. So just by looking at this answer, we could also say that it's a virtual image. So anyways you like to think about it, the image is virtual. All right. So whenever we have lenses and objects kept in front and we are asked to figure out the properties of the images, this is how we usually solve the problem.